This shoe has dropped so many times, but this is the very first time. They're almost impossible to get, man. Ain't nobody cared about these. Not since '94. Hey, what's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these bad boys right here. This, my friends, is the Nike CB94. And these things this time around are super fucking hard to get, man. I cannot believe it. It feels good to have a pair, but geez, these were a pain in the ass to find. Only seen them on shelves twice. The second time I copped them. Speaking of which, we do have a sponsor. So the good folks over at Sole Savvy, they know that the sneaker game is terrible, Ernie. God damn, I suck at that. But anyways, the current state of sneakers is geared towards resellers. But if you're not a reseller and you want to be a part of a really cool community that focuses on actually buying and then wearing your shoes, Sole Savvy is one of those places. All you have to do is click the link in their description box. It'll send you over to their website where you can read all about it. And basically, Cliff Note version, they monitor all of these sites. So when something like this disappears and then all of a sudden pops back up into their feed, a push notification will go towards you where it'll have a direct add to cart link, and then you simply check out and you're as good as done. They also have a great community full of other like-minded sneakerheads where, again, they're buying to wear, and they also happen to help each other out, which is super rare nowadays. So if they happen to grab something, they might not want it anymore, you do, they'll swap it with you, they'll sell it to you for retail, they'll trade it to you, whatever it is. And on top of that, Sole Savvy sometimes comes across deals like what I do, and they'll buy shoes just because they see them and be like, you know what, man, I'm sure somebody in our community is going to like them or been hunting for them or whatever. So they grab those shoes and they put them up for sale for retail in their community, and that's fucking awesome. So again, if you were interested in joining Sole Savvy, make sure that you click the link in the description box below. It'll head you over to Sole Savvy where you can read all about it, fill out your application, and hopefully join, and then cop some shoes stress-free. Now, as far as these guys are concerned, again, this is the Nike Air Max CB94. Charles Barkley had a really cool Air Max line back in the day. It got a little weird when he went to Houston. I had that shoe. It was supposed to be the Air Max CB34 or something like that, but they ended up changing the name because his number changed, and it was the Air Max CB4, and I had the one with the 4 on it, but there were some with the 34. There's only 2 colorways of those. There was a black one and a white one. I wanted the white one, but for whatever reason I picked the black one. I don't know why I did that. You know how as a kid you like have like that moment when you're like, I can't choose, and so you grab one real quick and then you instantly wish that you grabbed the other thing?
I have that as an adult.
Yes, I know. It stays with you, but it starts as a child. But anyways, that was my first and not last, but it was my favorite. And again, this is like blasphemous to most like Charles Barkley fans of his footwear, because that's definitely like one of those shoes where they're like, that's not a real Barkley. I like those. Anyways, we're talking about these guys right here. So this right here is a little bit different than all the previous retros, and I'll tell you why in a second. But first, we're gonna take a look at that outsole. Look at that thing, man. That thing is chunky. I love it. If you wanted a sneaker boot, this is it. Also, if you were looking for something that would last you outdoors, again, go 90s. They don't make stuff like this anymore. Look at all this. That's a lot of rubber. I love that they left the window there so you can see the air unit and you can see where it says Nike swoosh. I don't know why they cover that up sometimes, but they should never do that. And moving on up to the midsole-ish area, we got these little feet right there. It reminds me of one of his other shoes, the Air Max 180 version with the midfoot strap and everything. That one was advertised with Godzilla. So those were supposed to be like his dino feet, and that's what these remind me of too.
Those are feet?
Or toes.
They look like teeth.
They're supposed to be white. This colorway doesn't do this shoe justice. The other original colorway where it's the black with the white and the purple, that was the first one of these that I ran into, and they were a size 10, and I was like, that's not my size, so I passed. I should have bought them just to review, and then I would have gave them away to somebody, but whatever, now we're here.
So it's like elephant toenails.
Yes.
Okay.
Those are weird. Elephant feet are weird. They're like completely flat.
And they're super fast.
Elephants are fast?
Don't
I
try
guess if you're charging at them, yeah, they are.
They're charging at you.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. It's a little early. Yo, if an elephant ever ran at me, dude, I think I'd shit myself. Do you zig and zag? You just run straight? Do you look for a rock to hide behind? Like, what happens?
I think you climb a tree.
You don't think that they can knock that tree down?
I don't know.
Somebody let me know. If you've run into a herd of elephants and survived, I need to hear about it.
Run! It's a stampede!
Anyways, the midsole on these guys used to be polyurethane. This new version though, it does not feel like polyurethane. It feels fluffy. So these things are way more comfortable than the originals. I think that's really weird. It's one of those things where it's like, did they ever do anything that's better than the, maybe this might be one of those times. So yeah, so if this is polyurethane, it's some fluffy polyurethane. And if this is not polyurethane, I'm not surprised at all because it feels like some Phylon. In the back, we have the Air Max unit. This thing right here is quite disappointing compared to the originals. Sometimes the new like retro versions of whatever these shoes are. Sometimes they put a big ass bubble in them, like in the pennies. And then other times like this one, they don't even bother. Like I'm just like, why didn't you at least put that one in there? Even though I know that they're different units, but still. What this unit originally was actually these guys right here. It says it on the tongue. It was the Air Max 2 Air unit. So it had 2 chambers in there. You had the round or U shape, and then inside there was also another pad. Some of these old Air units, man, they're sick. Tuned air, hella cool. Zoom air, chambered zoom air, like articulated, truly articulated zoom air, hella cool. They don't do it like that anymore. They give you a fucking tube. They were way cooler back in the day. I don't remember if anything's in the forefoot. I don't believe there is, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong about that. I'm not the biggest Barkley shoe fan.
That's terrible.
The upper on these guys is really interesting because it's actually pretty nice. Like I gotta say, for a Nike sportswear shoe, I'm not mad at these one bit. You got a nice synthetic nubuck right there. Back in the day, they used to call that Durabuck. I love the little screens in there, the little aerator screens. And then underneath that, we have a textured leather, and that's actually not that bad material, man. It's not synthetic, so if you're a vegan sneakerhead, you might want to stay away from these. They're not completely synthetic. It's just the top layer. They also have those 90 bungees all the way up. It does cover the Air Max 2 logo, which is quite unfortunate. Also, we have a different iteration of the speed lace system. These guys right here are plastic. I don't remember how durable they were. I just know that they look cool to me. I can only imagine back in the day if you got stepped on. It just feels like it would really hurt. Now, as far as their sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size, but they are a pain in the ass to put on. They like lowered this Hirachi style sleeve in there, man, and every time I like really have to yank my thing open because otherwise my heel catches the back portion and pushes it under my foot. But again, they're boot-like. They're really cool looking. They're durable on top of that. Got great cushion. This is a nice retro, man. I'm really surprised. They are lighter than the original. So like if you're like, man, I remember these being more tank-like, it's because that midsole is not the same. I don't know what the hell this is. I swear this is not polyurethane, man. This is some fluffy shit. You know, I would not be mad if they made Jordans like this, man. The retros, like fluffy like this. Or could you imagine a pair of 4s that actually was like midsole-wise comfortable? Not just the PU insole, but with the actual midsole, just a tweak just a little bit? Man, that'd be awesome. These guys are starting to trickle in at retailers periodically or semi, not often, but you know, it's random, man. It sucks. It's just like the Air More Up Tempo in the OG colorway where it's like, dude, I thought those dropped last year. Same thing here. They are starting to hit other retailers and everything. I grabbed mine over at Phenom Global. Retail's $160, and I hope that you can get a pair. Because again, being a sneakerhead right now, like a real sneakerhead, not a reseller, but a real sneakerhead, man, it's kind of hard, dude. Like it's, man, all this gray hair, not for my kids. I'm trying to buy shoes. Oh, don't do that to me, the Will Smith thing, man.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Jody from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I'm wearing red so you can see the all black shoe.
Today I'm wearing this awesome hoodie because it's f***ing awesome. Man, but what I was gonna say is that I just noticed the tongue on these guys is just like the Jordan 9s. It's got the stripe up the middle.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same mesh.
Yes.
It's that same Hirachi style sleeve in the back. All they did was change the top of the tongue to this shoes, and that's it.
That makes sense because this is the 94 for a reason.
Same era.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. And those also look like a boot.
I wasn't sure because you threw me off when you were talking about his number change. And so originally I thought the 94 was his jersey number, but I'm guessing it was 34, changed to 4.
Yeah, 94 is the model because of the
year.
Yes.
Okay.
He started in Philly, moved over to Phoenix, and then when he went over to Houston, that's when the number 34 was no more. And
because it was taken?
yeah, I believe Hakeem had the 34, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not a big, I like Hakeem's footwork, but like we didn't watch like Houston games like that. Not until Steve Francis. Steve Francis was crazy. He's a little dude, but like that guy can get up. But anyways, I'm pretty sure that Hakeem wore 34, so it wasn't available for Charles. And I think, you know, the Air More Up Tempo, Hakeem had his own shoe back in the day, but he wanted his shoe. He was like the first Shaq. I think this might be where Shaq got it from, because Shaq was a big like Hakeem fan, like he was like a god to him or whatever. And he had shoes with Spalding that were available over at Payless. And the one that I remember the most is the one that had the big 34 on the side, like the Air More Up Tempos. It had the Air.
Yeah.
This one had his jersey number, and I remember one of the kids got him for his like new shoe. He came to school. I thought they were cool because I was like, oh man, you got the new Hakeems or whatever, and like everybody was bagging on them just because it was Payless. And I was just like, nah man, those are sick. What are you talking about? Kids are f***ed up, man. It's not kids because the adults do it too.
No, they totally do.
Yeah.
Because
that's where they learn it from.
yes. I don't want to get into it too much because
People just not nice.
yeah.
You know, it is what it is. But if you guys are nice, I like that, you know. We're not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. Buy what you like, wear what you like. I don't care if it's fake or if it's real. I don't care if it's from Payless or if it's from Walmart. If you like shoes, you like shoes, man.
You can't get anything from Payless now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They went out of business.
That sucks. So anyways, we'd love to hear from you guys if you were interested in this shoe or if you already grabbed it. I hope that you didn't pay resale. People are trying to slang these, man. Like they like Jordans and shit, like Jordan 1s. It's not cool.
That's terrible.
It's terrible. Can you do that again? Can you do that again though? Because that was actually pretty good.
That's terrible.
We got to say Ernie though. That's terrible, Ernie.
That's terrible, Ernie.
Oh, that's perfect.